I'm gonna be showing the proper mechanics of how to shoot a bow with proper form so that you can be a successful archer. First thing I'm gonna start off with is I'm just gonna run through my bow real quick. So this is a Mathews V3, and I'll show you what I got on it here. So I got a stabilizer in the front, which keeps weight out in front of my bow, which helps with just keeping steady. And I got this bar here in the back, which evens out the weight from my sight, which is in the front. There is a few different parts here that are pretty important. So first off is we got our rest right here, this black. This is called a drop rest, actually. I'll show you. I'll put an arrow in here. So when you shoot this arrow, this rest is actually going to fly down and your arrow is going to go forward. This is like a newer kind of rest, but it makes it so there's no friction when the arrow leaves your bow, which is improves a lot of accuracy. This right here is a nose button, it's called. You want to make sure when you draw your bow back that your string is always anchored in the same point, just to improve consistency. And then right here you can see this little circle. It's called a peep sight. What a peep sight does is again, it's for consistency. When you draw your bow back, you look through this peep and then into the housing of your sight at these pins. And yeah, I got my quiver right here to keep my arrows in it. It just detaches and then you can put it back on. Pretty simple. This is called your D loop right here. Every time you put your arrow in, it goes in there, right in there. Another important thing to know is there's different releases for your bows. For example, I got this one right here, which is called just like your basic wrist strap release. You're gonna wrap this around your wrist, clip this to your D loop, like so. And when you draw your bow back, you're gonna hit this, which will make your arrow shoot forward. I don't use that kind. My favorite kind is it's called a thumb button, actually. Here, I'll get a better view of it. So this is what a thumb button release is, basically. Instead of your basic wrist strap, which has this trigger mechanism that makes your bow go off, that's used with your pointer finger. The thumb button is released with your thumb. Same idea. Clips onto your D loop, and when you're ready, you just pull that and it releases. It's pretty simple. I got two here. This one's an Ultra View. It's a good brand. And I also got this one, which I hunt with. This is called a Carter Wise Choice. It's my go-to. Another thing that's helpful to have is a rangefinder. As you see, I got my target out there. It's set up to 20 yards. All you really do is take this and point it at your target, and it gives you a yardage. The reason you want to know yardage is because these pins right here, as you can see, they're green and red. The top one's 20. The one under it's 30. This one's 40, and this bottom one's 50. So you always want to know how far you're shooting, because you need to know which pin to use. All right, I'll set this up and show you a few shots. Another main point is when you draw this back, you don't want to just like force it with your arms. You want to like use your shoulder blades and separate back, just because a lot of guys strain their arms if they just try and pull it with like their bicep. You want to get the whole back into it. And yeah, make sure your nose is on the center of the string. Consistency. And yeah, this thumb button right here, you're gonna want these two fingers on your jawline when you knock it. So I guess I'll show you. You want these two fingers on your jaw, your nose on the green, and you're gonna look through your peep sight. So I'll shoot an arrow to show you. So I'm going to use my back and separate. And yeah, let's go see where that arrow. So this arrow hit dead center. Like I said, I've been doing this for a long time. This is my hunting setup. It's what I go out with every night. I guess I'll run you through the arrow real quick too, just to show you. This is called your fletching right here. When you put it on your bow, you always want to make sure that your white is facing up. Because as if you see here, you want one on top. If your orange was facing up, you'd have two on top. And this white fletching would end up hitting your drop rest when it goes off. That's a pretty important part. So you want to, that's not right. It's like this right there. What else? If you're hunting, you're gonna want something called a broadhead. So most archers, they just shoot with this tip right here, which is called a field point, as you can see. That's what you want when you're just target practicing, just because it's most accurate. But when you're hunting, you're gonna want something called a broadhead, which is it's a point with blades on it. I'll show you how it works. Pretty much, when this goes into the deer, this is called a mechanical broadhead. This catches on the hide of the deer and opens up as it's entering into the cavity of the deer. This is a 3-inch cut, which is pretty massive hole in the deer. Yeah, if you're looking for some good websites to use or good brand names for bows, Matthews makes a good bow, and that's what I shoot. Hoyt is good. PSE, yeah. And a lot of this stuff too, you can find a lot of tips and tricks on shooting your bow on Knock On Archery. It's a guy named John Dudley. He has his online website and he teaches a lot about bows, so I check him out. And yeah, that's about it.